So I just watched the trailer. You guys just released it
Yes.
like an hour ago. How was the reaction, and are you excited that fans are finally seeing this?
I was so excited to be able to show that trailer today because it's been done since like November, and nobody's really gotten to see it. I thought they might show it in New York when they announced the show, and they didn't. So this was really a true first look at it. It's compiled of a lot of footage from Vampire Diaries and the originals, and then we were also able to shoot a few hours last week with our new cast. So it's the first look at all the new faces of the show as well.
And now you have been in this kind of universe now for 10 years. Are you shocked that it's still finding life?
It's funny. Having been in this universe for all this time, you wonder if there's ever going to be that moment where people are like, meh, yeah. And maybe, I always say maybe this will be the one. But Kevin and I said, well, maybe we'll be the ones to kill the vampire genre when we did Vampire Diaries on the heels of Twilight and True Blood. And if anything, it just made people hungrier. Yeah. So my hope is that this is the same thing. People want to fall in love with these characters, and when they do, they'll follow them anywhere. And I think that's really beautiful.
And now I know, as a fan of the Vampire Diaries myself, to see Alaric and the twins now and kind of finding out what they've been up
Yes.
to, what are you allowed to tease about where they are or how they are now?
Well, what's fun about the Saltzman girls is that we really only knew them as toddlers.
Yeah.
And this week on the originals, we get a little glimpse of them at 13 and 14 years old.
Okay.
But now we see them as full-blown teenagers. And they are, for lack of better words, a handful. They're beautiful young women. They are smart. They are funny. They are fierce. And they are loyal. But boy, do they have opinions. Lizzie is a hot mess half the time, and Josie is a codependent. Josie is basically like the Elijah Michelson of the Saltzman family. She's very, very determined to keep her sister protected and keep her sister happy. And Lizzie is constantly battling, the sort of demons in her own mind. If you remember, if you're a fan of the Vampire Diaries, Kai Parker is their ancestor.
Yeah.
Their bloodline is filled with psychopaths. Lizzie wakes up every day just hoping that she doesn't kill somebody, and she's a really dynamic character. And the girls, as sisters, are beautiful. Their relationship with their dad is hilarious. Their dislike of Hope Michelson is epic, and I think it's going to be a really fun dynamic for them.
And now the last question is, how soon will we find out what happened with Caroline? With Caroline.
Well, for those of you who are fans of the originals, we have 2 more episodes that are airing over the next 2 weeks.
It's tricky.
And there is a lot left to be finished. A lot of Caroline, if you're a fan of her in particular, and a lot of closure that we're coming to. So you're just going to have to wait and see.